Hello, I'm Linda Graham, the creator of the online course Resilience 2.0. The more we learn from modern neuroscience about how the nervous system responds to worry and anxiety, to stress and distress, to a sense of danger or life threat, and how that same nervous system responds to experiences of safety and ease and calm, the more tools we're learning that can reliably shift the nervous system from a state of distress to calm, from a sense of danger to a sense of safety in connection with another person. I will lead you in 2 exercises in this video, one right after the other, that with practice can reliably shift the nervous system from a revved up agitation to more of a sense of inner ease and peace. It takes repetition to make the shift a new habit in the brain, but that's quite possible. And as we learn in this course, that sense of ease and calm is your birthright. I'll lead you first in the exercise called Hand on the Heart. It's one of my favorite exercises to practice. It's one of my favorite exercises to teach. It has become quite automatic for me now. And Hand on the Heart is a powerful exercise. It's powerful enough to calm down a panic attack in less than a minute. It's powerful enough to prevent the stress response from happening in the first place. So you begin by simply placing either hand on your own heart center so that you can feel the warm touch of your hand on your heart center. And you bring a sense of presence to your experience, a kind of benevolent awareness, noticing what you're experiencing as you're experiencing it, so that you can notice any shifts that you're creating in your experience. And you begin to breathe more slowly, gently, deeply into the heart center. You can breathe in a sense of calm or ease or goodness or trust if you wish. Breathing in this intentional way activates the parasympathetic calming branch of your nervous system. You're already beginning to create that sense of ease and calm. And then you recall a moment, just one moment, when you felt safe and loved and cherished with another human being. Not the entire relationship, just one moment. And this could be with a partner or a close friend. It could be with a teacher or a therapist. It could be with a spiritual figure like Jesus or the Buddha. It could even be with a cherished pet. One moment that often comes to me when I'm practicing this exercise is a moment when I was sitting one evening with a friend. It was nothing very special. She was knitting. I was reading poetry out loud. But it was such a sense of presence and sharing that I actually really felt the safety. I really felt loved and cherished. So let yourself recall a moment from your own experience and settle into the feelings of that moment. Let yourself feel the felt sense in your body of that moment of feeling safe and loved and cherished. And as you settle into that moment, see if you can let the sensations of that moment kind of wash through your body. That sense of ease and calm, a kind of warm bath. And enjoy the ease and safety of that experience. And let yourself savor the experience for 10 seconds. And 20 seconds. And 30 seconds. And then you can keep your hand on your heart for as long as you like. You can practice this as many times a day as you want. But for now, take a moment to pause and notice and reflect on your experience and see if there's been any shift in your sense of being, in your sense of your experience in your body. We know that the first impulse of the nervous system when we are feeling frightened or startled is to reach out to another person for safety, for reassurance, for protection. Even remembering such a moment with another person is enough to activate the release of oxytocin, which is the brain's hormone of safety and trust, of calm and connect. of tend and befriend. Oxytocin is the brain's direct and immediate antidote to the stress hormone cortisol. It's powerful enough to even prevent the cortisol from arising in the first place. So when you begin to practice hand on the heart, I suggest you practice it regularly to help establish the neural pathways in your brain that remember how to activate the oxytocin and bring your nervous system back into a sense of calm. Practice it 5 times a day for a full week and see if it becomes more automatic for you to do the hand on the heart practice anytime you're startled or upset. And notice if you can return to your natural baseline equilibrium more quickly when you use hand on the heart. We can activate the release of oxytocin and help our nervous system return to that sense of safety and trust anytime we're connecting with another safe, reassuring human being. And I offer the next exercise, sharing kindness, which is probably my next favorite exercise to teach, in the context of these 2 quotes from the American psychiatrist Theodore Rubin: kindness is more important than wisdom. And the remembrance of that is the beginning of wisdom. And from Dr. Martin Seligman, who's considered the founder of the positive psychology movement, doing a kindness brings about the most reliable momentary increase in our well-being of any exercise we have tested. So sharing kindness is a wonderful practice to do with real people in real time, because the face-to-face, in-person connection really does activate the oxytocin. It's the hormone of safety and trust, of calm and connect. And while we're sheltering in place, you can do this exercise with the people you are sheltering with, and you can schedule a time to do this exercise with another person via Zoom or via FaceTime. It still works. So you begin by each of you recalling a moment when you experienced some behavior of kindness from another person. And it doesn't have to be the person that you're doing this exercise with, but it's any moment when someone did something for you that was truly thoughtful and kind and helpful and useful. Maybe something earlier today, maybe something last week, maybe something back in the 3rd grade. And my moment that often comes to my mind when I'm doing this exercise is shortly after my dad died. I was sorting out his things, sorting out what to keep and what to share. And I was feeling sad and I was feeling a bit overwhelmed. And my friend Ria came over to help me. So we were together sorting things out. But she began to stop me and ask, Linda, what's the story of this teacup? Why is your dad's teacup so important to you? And I would stop and think and share the story of my dad's teacup with her. And it was her presence, her listening, her caring that helped me feel the connection with her. It was so kind. It was so deeply kind. And even now, remembering that moment can help evoke a sense of connection and ease and safety in my own being. So take a moment now to remember a moment of kindness that's very special for you. And take a moment to feel the felt sense in your body of the specialness of that moment. Then, whether you're doing this sharing kindness exercise with someone in person or via Zoom or FaceTime, you decide who's going first. And you each take turns, taking a moment or 2 to share your story of this moment of kindness. And then you listen to the other person's story or other people's stories. You take as much time as you need. And if you are on Zoom or FaceTime, see if you can maintain the eye contact as much as possible. And then you each take another turn, reflecting on what it was like to share your story and hear other people's stories. This will usually generate a sense of friendliness and joy as you share your stories. And the sharing may lead to remembering other moments of kindness as well. And the sharing goes on. Then you each drop into a moment of silent reflection, noticing any shifts in your mood, in your views of yourself, your views of your partners, from having done this exercise. And if you wish, you can then share the reflections you're noticing about your experience doing the exercise. From modern neuroscience, we have some understanding of what might be happening in the brain that allows this exercise to so easily generate friendliness and safety and connection in the nervous system. Barbara Fredrickson, who is a pioneering researcher in positive psychology, discovered that when two people are in physical proximity, and even virtually, this still can work, when they're maintaining eye contact, sharing positive emotions like kindness and enthusiasm and joy, when they're communicating a sense of mutual care and concern, the brain waves in the brain waves of the two people begin to sync up, and the neurochemistry in the brains of the two people begins to sync up. And this creates a sense of resonance in the brain that I would call safety and trust, and which she calls love in her book Love 2.0. It may be the oxytocin released by sharing the experience of kindness that creates that sense of safety and trust and love. You can do the sharing kindness exercise with variations, moments of courage, moments of gratitude, moments of patience, with great benefit to your brain and your capacities for resilience. You're learning to shift the state of your nervous system from distress and reactivity to centeredness and connection and calm. And you're learning that you can.